Holloway retired from the board last year.
Now to the State of the Union address. President Barack Obama addressing the nation to start his second term in office tonight.
Tonight's speech included two people from Wisconsin. Deb Carey from New Glarus Brewery was a guest of the First Lady. And one of the stars of the night, Lieutenant Brian Murphy from Oak Creek Police, highlighted for his bravery following the Sikh temple shootings last August. The president spoke of the tragedy in Newtown, Connecticut, and other victims of violence in America. In fact, many lawmakers tonight were wearing those green ribbons as a reminder of gun violence. The president saved Lieutenant Murphy's story for the near end.
We should follow the example of a police officer named Brian Murphy. When a gunman opened fire on a Sikh temple in Wisconsin, Brian was the first to arrive, and he did not consider his own safety. He fought back until help arrived and ordered his fellow officers to protect the safety of the fellow Americans worshiping inside, even as he lay bleeding from 12 bullet wounds. And when asked how he did that, Brian said, "That's just the way we're made. That's just the way we're made."
Tonight, as you might imagine, the city of Oak Creek keeping a very close eye as one of their own highlighted so prominently in the State of the Union address. They're all backing Lieutenant Brian Murphy. Jeremy Ross has local reaction. He's live in Oak Creek tonight. Jeremy?
And Ted, at bars like the one I'm standing in front of this evening, some bar patrons put aside their Mardi Gras celebrations to stop and watch the president's speech, and we can report this evening they weren't the only ones.
If we can prevent from having to go out, we would.
Of all the days Oak Creek firefighters hope for serenity, Tuesday marks a special day on the calendar. They're, of course, prepared for a blaze.
But if we get an opportunity, we definitely want to stay back and watch Lieutenant Murphy.
About 6 months ago, Lieutenant Brian Murphy was shot multiple times and rushed to Frederick Hospital by fellow first responders like Oak Creek Battalion Chief Thomas Johnson.
Very proud of the people who performed that day. Everyone did a great job, and fortunately, Brian had a good outcome because of it.
Murphy drew gunfire away from worshipers at the Sikh temple of Wisconsin. Now he's drawing national attention as a guest attending the State of the Union address.
It shines well in Oak Creek, and he's a great representative.
At times, that glow of pride beamed from the doors of restaurant and bar Irv's Mug. The eatery showed the president's speech, and for a moment, Mardi Gras was muted. And for some, the city's self-confidence swelled.
Oh, it's a great thing, Oak Creek Police Department did a wonderful thing.
James Ukasik takes a moment to watch the president's address. It is a time in politics when neither side of the aisle matters to him. He's more interested in the local man honored and the public service he provided in a time of crisis.
It's a great honor. It's a great honor. Republican, Democrat, I'm a Republican, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
This evening, the son of the slain temple president, Armadeep Kaleka, tells us that he is in Washington, D.C. this evening, joined by dozens of friends and family members of the victims of the temple massacre, all watching the president's speech this evening, all no doubt grateful for Murphy's actions that day. We're live in Oak Creek. Jeremy Ross, Fox 6 News.
What a great honor for Lieutenant Murphy. I'm just wondering, as you watch with the people inside there, was there any sense of disappointment? There wasn't a break in the speech for the ovation that happened so many times in the State of the Union. He addressed Lieutenant Murphy and went on. Was there any sense of disappointment that there was no standing ovation for him from the chamber?
It was very tough to tell, Ted, but I think some would argue they may have saved the best for last.
Indeed. Jeremy Ross in Oak Creek tonight. Thank you.
Another big topic tonight was the economy, growing jobs and reducing the deficit. The president says